Chrissy Swan Show.
Oh my goodness, what a huge show we've got for you.
Jam-packed.
After 3 p.m, Who Am I and Quizzy.
Who
two
Am I
chances.
back?
Who Am I's back.
I've missed
I love
it.
Who Am I. We've also got Sanchez in Nova's Red Room. Tickets for that. Steven Sanchez. In case you're wondering which Sanchez I was talking about. I love a Red Room.
Yeah, they're the best.
What was the last Red Room you went to? They're like money, literally money can't buy up close and personal.
Was either the Chainsmokers or Billie Eilish.
So good.
And both so good.
You can't believe you're there. You're not going to believe it if you get to go see Steven Sanchez. But next, say g'day. In honour of Bare Minimum Mondays, which is a story doing the rounds today, and which is a tradition that you and I have taken very seriously for a very long time, Jack.
Indeed.
How are you celebrating Bare Minimum Mondays? That's where you're at.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Say g'day for 10K.
We're going to get as many people as we can in the draw for 10K a day in May. But first, we've got to check in with Jo. We last caught up with her on Friday when we were giving her the thrilling news that she was on her way to Disneyland Resort in California with her family. And I've asked her to check in with us today and see how the news went. Hi, Jo.
Hi, Chrissy. How are you? And hello, Jack.
Hey, Joe.
Set the scene, Jo. It must have been Friday. Were you having dinner? How did you break the news?
We were having an early dinner, and so we were going to have a pizza party, and I sort of came in, and then I had music playing, and there was lots of dancing going on. Everyone said, "What are you dancing?" I said, "Yep, this is what's going to be happening." And then everybody was dancing, and I had my Minnie Mouse Disney dress on.
Oh, my
Oh.
Jo.
What music did you play as you announced it?
I played, was it Let It Go?
Oh,
Great.
fantastic. Now, what were your kids' reactions? Could they believe it?
No, and it's not very often that people are lost for words.
Yeah.
And then all the singing and the dancing, and then all the words came.
How wonderful. And I bet you're still basking in the afterglow of that. That's going to last the rest of your life, Jo.
Yes, it will, and just thank you again so much. It was just wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for checking in with us. And as if that wasn't good enough, you're now also in the draw for 10K a day in May because you've spoken to us.
Oh, that'd be lovely too.
I know, wouldn't that be great? Don't be greedy now, Jo. All right, let's go to Kelly. Kelly, say g'day. How are you celebrating Bare Minimum Mondays? It's a news story that's going around today that there's a company in Adelaide that's encouraging everyone to just do very little on
I'm
Mondays.
here for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm washing the dishes,
Ugh.
right, and I've got Nova cranked. And the minute Chrissy and Jack come on, it's like, okay, I loved you yesterday when you went, girls are players too.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
I thought to myself, Chrissy, swing, I love your girlfriend. You're just awesome.
Kel, that is a great song. Let's do it. On the count of 3, we're going to say girls as players too, okay?
Okay,
One,
let's go.
1, 2, 3.
three.
Because
Girls
girls
are
as players too.
Yeah.
I love you.
Making money all around the world. Girls are players too.
Oh, God, I hope you win this 10K a day. Kel, you are in the draw. Kat, how are you celebrating Bare Minimum Monday?
Well, I'm doing what they told us to do over in Adelaide, doing the bare minimum at work, but I'm also just doing toasted cheese and tomato sandwiches tonight for dinner.
Very important
Who can be
question. Very important question. Do you put the tomato in after the cheese is melted, or do you do it all together and therefore suffer third-degree burns on the inside of your mouth with the first bite?
I do it all together and suffer the third-degree burns, or else I just wait for it to cool down a little bit and then eat it. Again,
You're-
the bare minimum.
I tell you, I 100% endorse a toasty for dinner. That is a beautiful meal, and I will fight anyone that says otherwise.
Look, and especially on a Monday, because who really wants to cook on a Monday?
Yes, nobody. Good on you, Kat. You are in the draw, 10K a day, mate. And I'm also going to give you a Priceline voucher because I like the cut of your jib.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's move on to Amber. Let's finish with you, Amber. What are you doing? Hello, beautiful. What are you doing to celebrate Bare Minimum Monday?
Lots of coffee breaks,
Yes.
long lunches, chatting with colleagues,
Yes.
and absolutely no meetings.
Now, were you surprised to hear that Bare Minimum Mondays is just a thing from today? I feel like we've been celebrating Bare Minimum Mondays for a long time.
100%. That is not new. They've just come out and said it legally for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. Priceline voucher for you. And keep your phone on because Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel might be calling you for 10K a day in May.
Woohoo! Thank you.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Who doesn't love paying less for their favourite beauty brands? Love paying less for glowing skin or love paying less for feeling better? Find great prices on everything you love only at Priceline Pharmacy.
Shop in store or online at priceline.com.au. The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Clickbait.
All right, now this is like a community service announcement for viewers of Sunrise, of which I am not one.
I never have been either.
I reckon it divides the Australian population. You're either Sunrise or you're Today.
There is no grey.
And there's just never the twain shall meet. In fact, if you shop around, if you don't mind which one of those you watch, I'd love to hear from you, 13 24 10, because I never have watched Sunrise.
No, I'm the same.
But Koshi's leaving. This is what it sounded like this morning. This is for people that watch Sunrise that care.
I've decided to hang up the boots as co-host of Sunrise after nearly 21 years, over 5,300 shows, and Nat, stop it. And almost 16,000 hours of live TV. It's time to work some business hours, I reckon, and have a bit of flexibility.
That's a lot of stats. 16,000 hours.
And he's the longest serving breakfast host in Australia. So he's done it for ages.
It'd almost be the world.
You'd think so.
And you and I have never watched a frame of his work.
He would have tried to quit that many times before today.
Absolutely.
And the executives would have gone, no, Koshi, 4 days.
His wife Lib.
Koshi, 3 days this year.
Yeah, I reckon.
More flexibility, dude. You finish at 9 every day.
And also, like, you don't have, I know he's like, I just want to do business hours. Why don't you have a year off, mate?
Yeah, totally.
Try and do that.
Koshi, you can retire. You've worked for 20 years. You're a squillionaire, man.
Have some sleep.
Go to Italy.
I can't imagine, working that long in a job and then going, see you later.
Catch ya.
Good on him, I guess. Hey, big day for Macca's tomorrow. You know we're mad for Macca's around here.
For it.
I love a McCafe. Guess what their birthday is tomorrow? How old they're turning.
Well,
McCafe specifically.
I feel like I remember as a kid in the early 2000s it opening because I started noticing them pop up. So I'm going to say 20 years.
30 years. I remember when they opened, it was the fanciest thing. You could not believe it. Because before that, and I used to love it, they had those American coffee percolators, the hot coffees, and you'd buy a cup for $1 and you could have as many refills as you wanted. That used to be, this is how much of a dag I was in my teenage years. Me and my best friend Beck, who's still my best friend.
Yeah.
That was our Friday night. We would go to McDonald's with a pack of cards. I'm serious. With a pack of cards, and you could smoke inside too, and we would smoke and drink free coffee. Well, $1 for bottomless coffees and play cards.
How old were you?
17.
Far out.
I know.
We were different.
I think we were. But that was a big night out. Of course, you can't do that anymore, but you can get a free coffee if you get this sounds like an ad now, it's not. They're giving you the free coffee tomorrow for their birthday.
Sick.
But you've got to, it's a free medium coffee, but you've got to do it on the app. So I'm out.
Oh, I have the My Macca's app.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do on it?
There's deals, man.
Really?
Yeah.
There's deals.
I'd recommend it. It's way too much for Chrissy, actually. I'll take that back. I don't recommend it.
Tomorrow I'm going to tell you about how my click and collect journey's going.
Oh, no, give up on that already.
Nah, it's not good.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Here's a community service announcement. Did you just hear this song? And you're like, what is that song? I love it. If you're on TikTok, you'll know it. But if you're not, I'm not on TikTok. What you need to know, it's called Daylight by David Kushner. Get it in your ears.
It's so good. And it's like every second video on TikTok at the moment.
It is the best. Let's do this, though.
Steven Sanchez's single Only Girl is out now. Catch him live in concert this June.
What's up, y'all? This is Steven Sanchez.
Steven Sanchez, live in Nova's Red Room.
One of the worst things about lockdown and COVID was that there were no Nova's Red Rooms.
I know, we really missed out.
Oh, we missed them so much, but they are back with a vengeance. Steven Sanchez is live in Nova's Red Room. Everyone's mad for him. He's the hottest single, really. I mean, it's spooky. It feels like something from a ghost story, don't you think?
Yeah, it does.
You know, but we're mad for it. You're mad for it. And we are awarding tickets to this live and exclusive performance of Steven Sanchez in Nova's Red Room to you, Julie.
Whoa.
Now, Jules.
Yes.
Let's talk itineraries because it says here the word Torquay, and yet the live gig at Nova's Red Room with Steven Sanchez is in Sydney.
I know.
Looks like we're going to have to hook you up with return flights for two as well, Jules.
Oh, my God, that would be amazing.
Looks like we're going to have to put you up at the Overlow Woolloomooloo.
Oh, unbelievable. I need a trip at the moment.
Oh, man, who doesn't? Who are you going to take with you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm probably a bit old to be going, but anyhow, maybe my husband or my daughter. Yeah.
Julie, enough of that negative self-talk,
yeah.
please. There is, how old are you, by the way?
Oh, do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Okay, 64.
You are not too old to go and enjoy a beautiful night out in a gorgeous hotel and a live performance by Steven Sanchez in Nova's Red Room.
Isn't he amazing?
I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap, Julie.
Hey, Julie, I stayed at that very hotel over Mardi Gras early this year, and they have an elite minibar, so get stuck into that.
Oh, I know a friend who stayed there a few months ago, and it sounds marvellous.
Jules,
Yep.
I'm thrilled for you. This could be the beginning of your midlife crisis, God willing. All right. That's it. That's
Enjoy,
it.
Julie. You're also in the draw for Nova's 10K a day, so
I mean, as if life
keep
can't
your
get
phone
better
on.
for
I
Julie.
tried to ring up for that the other day, so there you go. Double whammy, hey?
Double
Sure
whammy.
is.
Double whammy. And you've told the entire nation how old you are, so we're all winning.
I know. Well, thank you very much, people. That's
You're the
great.
best.
see you, Jules.
I just want to talk about Billie Eilish for a second because I've got a few more minutes that I'm allowed to speak. Billie Eilish has been slammed on the internet, which very rarely happens, as you know. Generally, you can say and be whoever you want to be, and people don't mind on the internet. Can you tell I'm dripping with sarcasm?
Especially as a 20-something-year-old female.
Exactly. So she's looking good. She was quite androgynous, or felt like she gave no crap about her appearance, right? And that's been her shtick.
It's kind of been her vibe. And even though it looked like that, as someone that, you know, takes interest in fashion and stuff, she was always in, like, designer labels.
Of course.
She might have been in a super oversized pair of trackies and hoodie, but it was Gucci.
Yes, but because she didn't look like, you know, every other model in the universe, you know, people are surprised now that she is embracing a feminine look a little bit more. And what I say to you is this: people can change.
Yeah.
It's what I say to my kids all the time. I'm like, you will change myriad times throughout your life. What you think is cool now, you will just want to die thinking about later. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go with it. Billie Eilish can look one way and then she can look a different way. And guess what? Then she can look a different way as well.
And especially in your 20s, like I'm a year or two older than her, but still, I look back at stuff I wore 2 years ago and I'd be like, I'm never putting a pair of skinny jeans on again.
Have you seen the state of my moustache in the mid-90s?
I have
That
not.
is something I do not regret waxing off. Take it easy on Billie Eilish, please.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
It is still Bare Minimum Monday.
Yeah.
All right, so don't forget that.
And make sure you carry it through to dinner.
I'm convinced that my 11-year-old is an old man.
Why is that?
I've always thought so. Like, he's always been a bit grumpy and a bit serious, right? He's my serious child.
He does seem like he has an old soul
Very much so.
in the interactions I've had with him.
Yes, and it was confirmed to me on the weekend because there were 3 blocks of chocolate out. There was a caramel one. It's the new range of Cadbury slices.
Gotcha.
So there's like a caramel and there was like a hedgehoggy one. And then there was an old gold mint.
Oh, I love old gold.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, only very old people like old gold. It's an old man's chocolate.
I know, I just...
Do you know this?
Yeah, dark chocolate. My dad got me into it when I was a teenager.
Specifically old gold, though, is
Yeah.
an old man's chocolate.
Oh, so Dad's always been an old man then.
He really has, and so is my 11-year-old, because out of that, I was watching him like, which one will he choose,
Yeah.
the old fella? He went for the old gold mint.
That is interesting because usually, like, I was introduced to it, but
Yeah.
he just picked it.
He loves old gold, and he chooses the old gold out of the favourites as well.
Oh, that's bizarre.
It's very
Out
bizarre.
of everything there.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
5 questions, 1 bum bag. Tara, how badly do you want it?
I really need that bum bag.
Yeah, you do.
Why? Why, Tara?
Why?
Just to go to the shops, put all my items in there so I don't have to put it on top of the trolley, you know?
Yes.
Good for stealing stuff.
Yes.
It's great for sneaking in a chocolate or two down the chocolate aisle.
Did you know that people are confessing to stealing more from supermarkets because of the cost of living crisis?
Wow.
So this bum bag is my way of making it easier to do. Becky, do you want this bum bag?
Yes, I do.
You know, you're from North Lakes, aren't you?
I am.
Back when I used to live on the Sunshine Coast, we used to call it North Lakes with an F. North.
Oh, yeah. Little Britain now, most people call
Yeah,
it.
is it? I love it. All right, let's do this. Your name is your buzzer, ladies. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the game and will walk away with the money. Can't buy Chrissy Swan Show bum bag. And I want to apologise. I do have a bit of a cold today, so I'm sorry if I sound all snotty and nasally. It's because I am. Question number 1. Which Australian breakfast TV host this morning announced that they are stepping down for good?
Pussy. But Becky.
Did you just say Chrissy?
Becky, give us your answer.
David Koss.
Correct. Now, we were talking earlier about that, and I feel like there are just 2 types of people in Australia, either Today Show viewers or Sunrise viewers. Which one are you?
Oh, I used to be a Today one, but then my TV wouldn't come off Adelaide, so I was getting the Adelaide news, so then I switched over to Sunrise.
That is so chaotic.
That is, I mean, I've never related more to a conversation in my life. Question number 2. What disease commonly spreads on pirate ships and what I often tell my kids they will get if they don't eat what I'm cooking them?
Becky.
Yes, Becky.
Scurvy?
Scurvy.
Correct.
Do you know what scurvy is, Jack? Do you even know?
Is it a lack of vitamin C?
Yes, and it's sort of like, you know...
Fruit veggies?
To use it in a sentence, I'll say, if you keep on eating the way you're eating, you're going to get scurvy. Question number 3. The singer behind this new hit... I hear it and I know. Let's just enjoy it because it's a banger.
And get to know me close.
Yum, it reminds me of Papadums too, and it makes me hungry. Who sings that?
Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
Sorry.
Look, I don't know what's going on here. We'll just give 1 point.
We're gonna give a point to Tara.
Still in the game.
Absolutely.
All right, 2 at the moment to Becky, 1 to Tara. Becky, this
How
is for the
great
win.
is that song from Kylie? 55 years old. She celebrated her birthday on the weekend.
Isn't it so good?
So good to just keep creating, you know?
Yeah.
Bloody love it. Question number 4. Which Australian city experienced a 3.8 magnitude earthquake?
Tara.
Yes, Tara.
Victoria.
Yes. Look, I said Australian city, but we'll take that, Melbourne.
Oh, sorry. I
No.
thought you said that.
Don't
All right.
worry, I'm flexible on points.
2 all. This question is for the win.
Tara and Becky. What shape is a give way sign?
Becky.
Yes, Becky?
A triangle?
Yes, Becky! You are nowhere near as scattered as I thought you were at first
I'm more
first sight. That's so impressive because I looked at that question and I thought, I've got no idea. I must have seen millions in my lifetime.
I was literally just looking at one too.
Oh, you lucky duck. All right, let's. You're the winner, Becky. Well done, Tara. You're in the draw for 10K a day in May, as are you,
thank
Becky.
you.
Keep your phones on. You might be getting a call tonight.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Clickbait.
You know, I revealed last week, Jack, much to your horror, that my passage from Swiftie to Swiftocrat has become complete.
You did. And you named your house after a lyric from a Taylor Swift.
That's right. Holiday House.
Holiday House.
Lost Great American Dynasty. The song is called Holiday House, and weirdly, so is mine. I've now... Look, there's a few giveaways that you're not a Swiftie anymore, that you're a Swiftocrat. A, you're over 40. Doesn't feel right to be a Swiftie.
I know what you mean.
Doesn't feel right.
A Swiftocrat does sound mature.
Yes. Which, you know, jury's out on whether or not I am mature, but I'm certainly old. I feel like a Swiftie minimises my obsession.
Well, Swifties would hate to hear that, I feel. Like 24-year-old Becky in her car, and you're trying to say you're
I now listen to podcasts about the albums. More than one podcast about the Taylor Swift albums.
Okay.
That is a Swiftocrat.
But
that is a deep dive. Like, I could write a thesis.
But I brought up a song off air and you said, I'm Cornelia Street, and you're like, I'm not into that era.
Yeah, it's not that. I'm only really an expert. You know how on those quiz shows you've got to have your expert. The last 3 albums are my expert areas.
Well, I feel like a Swiftocrat would be an expert on every album.
That's true too. I'll take that. You said that assuming that I would get mad, but you don't know anything.
It on board.
Which brings us to our next story. Taylor Swift has more than hinted at the cause of the Joe Alwyn split.
Okay.
I mean, look, he was never good enough for her anyway.
Did you always think that?
I didn't always think that, but after I've re-listened, hey, community service announcement, Midnights is the breakup album that we've been wanting. She knew it was over. Go back and listen.
You reckon?
Go back and listen to the album. That's the breakup album,
but surely
guys.
She's been recording that for like a year.
That's right.
Oh, so you think it's been done for a year? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And there's podcasts about it too if you want it. But she's just released this new song, very hard to get. It's called It's called You're Losing Me. It's unbelievable. Please listen.
You're losing me. Stop.
Yes. Bit repetitive.
That's just the chorus. Shut up.
Can't find a post.
Yeah. Okay. So you can find it on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube. It's hard to find. That cheeky squirrel only released it as one track on a certain CD, but thank God there are other Swifties around that are uploading it illegally.
A bit of a dumb thing to do in 2023 because people just rip everything and put it everywhere. Anyway.
La la la. I also want to talk about this unbelievable money-making scheme. So don't worry if you get the ask from here, Jack.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do this and you and I can go into business.
Oh, great. I love this.
Woman drops out of medical school after earning thousands of dollars a week selling her spit. Now, that sounds gross, and it is. There's no doubt about it. She was studying medicine. She was going to be a doctor, right?
Yeah.
She was working at the supermarket and other jobs. It was hard work. Then she worked out that she could make £200 up to £1,500. What's that in Australian dollars? I mean, the exchange rate is such, but that's like $1 million in Australia.
$3,000?
$3,000. Yeah, $3,000 for a jar of spit.
I am so up for this. And I'd rather do this than OnlyFans because you're not having to get your out.
Exactly. And she said it's so much easier. Having said that, have you ever done one of those Ancestry.com things?
No.
Okay. My God, they send you this little tiny vial to fill with spit. And I was happy to do it because I haven't killed someone previously.
You'll give that up?
Yeah. Well, you know, people don't do it because they're like, oh, no, they'll catch me. Yeah, once they've got my DNA. I haven't killed anyone, so I'm all right. I can find out where my great uncle comes from. But it was the tiniest vial. It took half an hour to get enough spit to fill it.
Really?
So it's not nothing. Other things she's been requested for are bed sheets she's slept in for a week. Can do. Gym clothes that are really sweaty. You could do that. I mean, not that you ever go to the gym, but you've gone for a walk.
I do my runs.
You dance on a Saturday morning at a nightclub. Bath water, toothbrushes, and toothpaste spit. She's quit her job and quit her course.
What makes her so special that not everyone can just do this, though?
Well, they can. She's paid off her mum's debts, her own. She's even purchased a new horse for her sister.
A new horse for your sister?
Yeah.
I love that.
Living the dream.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
There is a unique panic, all right? And I reckon it's up there with when you turn around at the supermarket and you can't find your child, right? It's second only to that, and it is when your phone drops into a body of water.
The worst.
The panic. Have you seen that little video on Instagram when a woman's by the swimming pool and she drops her, she lays down on a lounge and it falls out of her hand.
And then her lounge falls
and then she's like she will die before
Trying to get that phone.
Yeah, trying to get that phone, and then she's
I have.
fully under. I totally get that. There's a story that's just come out of India where he was taking a selfie in front of a reservoir, like where they keep the town's water, 2 million litres.
Wow.
And he's taking a selfie. God, I'd love to see that selfie. Like, what are you even doing taking a selfie there? You work there.
Yeah.
It's not interesting.
A reservoir's not that pretty.
No. Anyway, the phone has fallen into the reservoir. And reservoir, sorry, it's a reservoir. The suburb is reservoir. Dropped into the reservoir, and he has ordered for it to be drained in order to get the phone out. 2 million litres.
I never stress anymore because all of my phone stuff is backed up to iCloud and you can sort of go and get it replaced. So,
do you think mine's backed up?
Of course not.
How would I check? I don't think it is. I think there's a little thing that you can...
Your storage and settings would just make me anxious looking at them.
Oh, 100%. For example, look at this one. I'm just going to freak you out now. Have a look at that email.
That's disgusting.
How many unread?
Your Gmail app says 42,800 emails.
Yeah, yeah, 42,000.
That's just unacceptable. 35 WhatsApp messages, even that would wig me out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all from the Big Brother reunion group as well. Make it end.
Gross.
Can I tell you?
12 reminders. It's cute you've even thought you could use a reminder, though.
What is a reminder?
You've set yourself some reminders.
Have I?
And then you've never tried to use them.
Oh.
You've never done it.
Oh, that's me. What does it say? Oh, God, no. Don't look.
No, don't read that
There could
out.
be all sorts of stuff in there. Good Lord. In fact, get me to a house party. Oh, my God, this is my son's stuff.
Oh, he's linked to your phone.
Yes, he is. House party audio. Kurt. House party audio. Oh, it's from 2020. It's lockdown. God, what happens in lockdown can happen in lockdown. In fact, when I look at this
Gmail.
thing, 42,000 unread emails, I want to find the closest reservoir and just
piff it.
Piff it
So,
in.
back to this story. Did they actually end up draining it?
Yes, they did. They drained it and he got it back. Also, it was a Samsung. Why would you bother?
Ew, don't bother. That's the earth telling you, go and get an iPhone, man.
Correct.
We've swallowed your Samsung.
Yes.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
A girl had a sun visor and it was a really bright day and her grandparents were going, why don't you put your sun visor down? You can't see the road. Anyway, she wouldn't do it. And turns out that she's got a big sticker across it that says, I'm a beep for Harry Styles. She didn't want her grandparents to see it.
I love it.
Let's do this.
Herbert Adams pies are the gourmet for the everyday. Find
Yum.
them from the supermarket freezer aisle or at your local service station.
Wait a minute.
Chrissy Swans.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Oh, so cute. Who am I? Welcome, Chloe.
Good afternoon, guys.
Welcome to Bare Minimum Monday. You're going to win a great prize, I can feel, by doing the bare minimum. How does that feel?
I hope so. It feels amazing if I do.
I think it's crossed. I don't want to, stereotype you, but you're in the early 20s. Are you sick of people saying that you're lazy and a freeloader?
All the time.
I find it so unfair on your behalf.
It really is.
Good, Chloe.
Totally agree.
Good. All right, let's do this. I've got 5 clues here about a particular celebrity. I've also got $500 cash to give away thanks to Herbert Adams Pies. But for each incorrect guess you make, I'm going to take away $100. After I read out each clue, we'll give you 5 seconds to guess. Are you ready, my friend Chloe?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Question number 1. The internet often labels my dad hot.
Ooh.
Now, he's not famous. This person obviously is quite famous. But the dad is very hot, surprisingly hot.
Ooh. Is it
Say it again.
Jason
Derulo? No, it's not Jason
It is
Derulo.
not.
Question, clue number 2. I'm a singer, but you may have also seen me front campaigns for YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. Dua
Lipa.
Yes! Dua Lipa! We didn't get to our favourite clue, which is Chrissy and Jack often call her Dua Lipa. Hey, how gorgeous is that? And you've got $400 cash to play with. Not bad for a bare minimum Monday, Chloe.
And you're in the draw for Nova's 10K a day. It's the third last day, so Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel could be calling you next.
Perfect. Thank you.
Big thanks to Herbert Adam Pies for that cash.
And if you want to play tomorrow, jump on the Nova Player right now, register, and we will be calling somebody at this time tomorrow.
Yes, you must. Are we out? We're
sure
out.
are.
So if it's bare minimum one Monday, what is it? What's Tuesday?
Take off Tuesday.
Take off Tuesday.
Take it off.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.